Faith and Kola.
Welcome back to my channel. Now, this is Tuesday. So, the painting they did last week, Biggie brought it back for them to continue from where they stopped. And he said, observers, Day and Midday, they remain observers, messengers, they remain messengers. Painters, Zita and Koi, they remain painters. So they were passing information, and there was a mix up of information. Again, opposite different thing that was in the reference image was passed down to messengers, and messengers were twisting it. In fact, the observers, to me, they gave too much information. They would have pieces this information in bits, not rushing the information, because not everybody can cram large volume of information. So the buzzer went off, and Biggie instructed the painters to carry the reference picture and the picture they painted, and the painters, sorry, they were laughing because it was so different. Because the reference picture was a large flower that had a picnic setting with a radio, and what they drew was something that has to do with airport, which was not in the reference picture. And they saw the faults of the observers. They were calling radio television, and housemates were arguing. Some were like, no, it's the messengers that fucked up, and some said it was actually the observers. They had their own faults. They had their own faults, and housemates were saying better ways the observers would have carried past information. Midday is in the kitchen cooking, and Dede joins her, and they cook together. They cook lunch together, and the food she cooked, she shared some with Koin. So after that, K-Bobo is still ill because last week he was very ill. So Faith comes to check on K-Bobo, and he offered him some popcorn he was holding. And K-Bobo was like, no, thank you. He doesn't want popcorn. So Mide and Bright were seen together. They were gisting. And she tells Bright about one abusive relationship she had. The guy never hit her, but his ways were so toxic for her. Kola is with his main friends, Salma, Joanna, Bright Morgan, Mide, and Co. And they were discussing about pregnancy. Then they entered miscarriage, and I'm sorry, not Koyin, Kola stands up and goes to meet Faith to educate them about how women have miscarriage. And he told different scenarios how women get miscarriage. And it was getting really sensitive because we know all these topics, they are so sensitive in this part of the world. And Biggie plays music at a point, and they noticed what they were saying was really sensitive, sorry, and they paused. So they tells Zita that let the ladies do a walk and splash, that it's going to be fun. The guys are going to pay for tickets. How will they pay for tickets when they don't have money with them? They are going to use their eggs as a means of payment, or their sardine, or anything they have. So there was an Aquafina tax on Tuesday, Padi of Life, and all housemates are to write about two of their fellow housemates, one present in the house and one evicted housemate. 4 minutes per speech, so 2 minutes for each letter. They were given writing materials to write about their housemates, and they'll be judged on storytelling, authenticity, emotional connection, how relatable the story is. After reading the letter to their party present in the house, They had to give the current Padi in the house a necklace and another bracelet to someone they will want to connect with outside the house. This is how Housemates went. Culture was the first person, and the evicted Paddy, he wrote a letter to is Tracy. The current Paddy that is he wrote a letter to is Jason J. And he wishes to connect with Rue Boy. Sultana, ex housemate, Gigi Jasmine. And her current Paddy in the house is Jason J. And she wishes to connect to Isabella. Kebobo, his ex Paddy is Ivota, evicted Paddy Ivota. The Paddy he has in the house is Imisi, and he wishes to connect with Kola. He said they would have connected a long time ago. Kola is somebody he wished to have been friends with for a very long time. Isabella, Iveta, Sultana, and Imisi. Sanjay, Doris, Sultana, and Culture, Midday, Doris, Bright, Morgan, and Dede. Koi, Big Soso, Dede, and Menson. Talma Lawson, Sabrina, Joanna, and K Bobo. And what she said she would like to connect with K Bobo, and she said she offended him last week and she's so sorry. Yeah. Bright Morgan, Gigi Jasmine, Midday, and Kola. Imisi Big Soso, Kola, and K Bobo. Mensan, Dambos Kid, and Big Soso. That's the evicted housemates. Then Faith and Queen. Joanna, Victory, Faith, and Talma Lawson. I guess it's because Talma Lawson mentioned her. I don't know. Ruboy, Denari, Zita, and Jason J. Dede, Ibi Fubara, Koyi, and Mide. Though she mentioned Joanna somewhere around her letter, and she mistakenly said Kola. So, but it was Mide she meant. Kola Sabrina Imisi. He said he wishes to connect with Bright Morgan or Kibobo and Kibobo. Faith, Ortega, Culture, and Joanna. Zita Damboskid, Ruboy, and Didi. Winners of the Aquafina tax is Faith and Kola. So later on, what's his name? Faith was gisting Joanna about his situation with Sultana, the bed situation. He said at first when he came to the house, he couldn't sleep well. And Sultana said, okay, you can sleep on my bed. And funny enough, he started sleeping well. And she reminds him of his friend Nora, if I'm correct. And he wasn't the one that started talking to Sultana first. She started talking to him first. So he just her about his dynamics. And all of a sudden, one day they were sharing bed. One day he met Jason J on the bed. And he had told her previously, if you don't feel comfortable again, you can tell me that, oh, you want your space and I'll leave the bed. But he just woke up one day and saw Jason J, which made him feel some kind of way. So Biggie tells those housemates with book punishment they should continue their punishment before Saturday. Salma Lawson and K-Bobo were together in the room discussing about how they drifted. And K-Bobo was so sincere that he told her every negative thing he had said about her, especially to Biggie, that she was not a good leader. And he also said he feels why Ebuka said the house is divided is because of what he said. So, guys, thank you so much for watching this farm. See you on Wednesday. Bye.